Okay, good day, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming to my show, Inspiring Lives with Lily Lau. And for this session, I have a very awesome guy with me, right? And he is Syakir Fadzillah. Hi, Syakir.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Welcome to my show, Syakir.
Thank you. Thank you.
And really, I've not been seeing you for a long time, and it is wonderful that you agreed to come to my show. Right, and let me quickly introduce who this awesome guy is. Syakir Fadzillah is the founder of Excel Care, and he has helped clients to lose weight with his practical approach in behavioral change. In doing so, he is a certified trainer for fitness and weight loss. Whoa, wow. And Syakir was certified Directive Communication under me in 2016, and even in his current weight loss program that he's doing, he's applying color-brain communication to help clients to understand their thought processes and emotional drive to identify key areas for behavioral modification.
Yep.
In addition, Syakir is also a certified behavior change consultant. Right, so Syakir, let's quickly get starting. And I would like to find out, right, what was your aspiration when you signed up, my course to be a DC certified trainer back in 2016?
All right. First of all, thank you very much, Lily, for this opportunity, for inviting me. It's been a long time. It's so great to see you again. Right.
Yes.
So to answer your question, I took DC in 2016, but the story goes way beyond that. If you don't mind, can I share a little bit about my story?
Okay, sure.
Okay, actually, everything I think started back in 1995, and that was back when I was 11 years old, standard 5, right?
Wow.
So
Right.
during that time, my family was a normal family. That I grew up in a normal family. I had normal parents, and suddenly it changed when my father, Muhammad Fazillah Kamsa, became a household name. He went into TV, and in 1995 he received datukship. So me, from being a normal kid, a normal student, I became anak datuk, the son of datuk. So that was a societal change in my life, and suddenly there were pressure that people were focusing on me. People had certain expectations on me. So because my father started become popular back then, and people were expecting me to be the top student, the smartest one. And when they had problems, they started to refer to me. You know, budak darjah 5. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know how to react. So, and then people started to compare me to my father whenever I did silly things or things that kids do. And people say, oh yeah, that's the son of Datuk Father Kamsah. That's the see his father been preaching on TV, and this is how he behaves. So those things really impacted me and gave me a really low self-esteem. So that's how I started to have uh, esteem issues, and that went on to my teenagehood when I was in secondary school and up until when I was in university. Because I felt that I have a big shoes to fill in. I have to certain expectations to live on, right? So when I finished studying, I studied in IIUM, International Islamic University Malaysia, and I was about to choose my career. People were expecting me to join my father's company to become a speaker, a motivator like him. And they were quite shocked when I said that I'm not going to join him. I'm going to start doing things, finding things on my own. So I joined the banking sector. So people are asking, why your father has a company already? Everything is prepared for you. Why do you just climb the ladder like to take over your father's business? So my answer was that my father has a PhD in psychology. And then, but I don't want to just be his son. I don't want just people to remember me as his son. I want to make a name of my own. I want to bring my things onto the table so that when I eventually join him, I can be sort of an equal or somebody who contributes equally like him. So that's how when I found out about directive communication, I found out about colored brain communication and emotional driver. I felt that this is a good way to supplement the psychological part of the foundation to become a good speaker, to contribute towards the society. So I went, I signed up. I met Lily. She gave me an interview. We played cards. The
Yeah,
CBC,
yeah,
remember?
yeah.
So I was impressed. I was like, this is how you actually understand yourself better. And doing so, you can understand people better. When you understand people better, then you can really make a change. You can really touch their lives. You can really make an impact over their lives. So that's how I chose DC.
Wow, wow. Do you know, I never knew that you have that story behind. When I met you, yeah, I just shared with you what is DC. I play cards with you and I interpreted as per what you tell me through the cards, right?
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes, yes,
That was very direct, and straight from me, when you tell me, I just interpreted what it is. And probably you found that, what I said about you was who you were, right? Or who you are, right? And you
yep.
felt that, by learning DC, you can have the ability to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So throughout that journey of that study, right, that whole
Mhm.
TTT, which was like 7 days,
Yes.
how was that learning? Do you remember?
One thing, one word that I can put it is the learning was impactful. Okay, so ever since I was young, my father's been sending me to training programs, motivational courses, and whatnot. Right, so I've been through a lot of lectures, so to speak, and I had certain expectations. There were some speakers or lecturers who were funny. There were some that had many activities. There were some that really had strong impact. Some had no impact at all. So I came in not to say with certain prejudice, but I was like, I really hope this is not boring. So when we started with Lily, it was really impactful in the sense that we had an input. That means a certain knowledge that is imparted on us, and immediately we have activities to show the practicality of this knowledge. All right, we have this the most that I remember is our fish drawing, right? To
Oh.
explain about four insanities,
Uh-huh.
that common sense is not common, that whatever we can do, not others might not be able to do what we do. So that activity itself took about like what 10 minutes, but the practicality, the context that it gives went throughout my life, that I can still remember to this day. And this is like what, 5 years later. you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it was
Wow.
very impactful. And then we had our exam, we had our
Yes.
hero's journey, and the way that the trainer was designed, it really the time just flies by. I don't realize that it's actually 5 days done. The exam is coming.
Okay, right. And I
So it was
remember
fun. It was fun.
your group was fun. Your group was
It was
fun, right?
fun.
And
It
of
was
course, it was
intimate. Yeah,
intense. It was very
yeah.
intense, also. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
intense. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad to hear all this, Syakir. After all these years, it's never too late to discover that from you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, let's move on. And throughout your work now you are more into fitness consulting and coaching and all that, right? Uh,
Yes.
how would who would you want to inspire through your work?
Okay. Uh, when I started this journey, that my it started with myself because I grew up as an obese. When I was 11, I was really, really fat. I was even heavier than I am now. Okay. So I had very low self-esteem. I believe that all the good things happen only to other people, not for me. I was never popular with girls. Uh, I I felt that nothing goes right in my life. Okay, so I understand that having weight issues, health issues, really dampens your confidence, your self-worth, your self-image. So I really want to inspire my clients that we can change. All right. So in my approach, uh, whether it's exercising, it's dieting, understanding what nutrition, those things only cater for 20%. But 80% of my approach is about behavioral modification. Things that you have to understand and realize that when you have a certain sickness, you have a certain problem, it could be weight issues, it could be diabetes, it could be high blood pressure. Those things happen because of your behavior, your habits. So you have to understand that once you understand that and you accept that you have a problem, only then you can tackle it. So that's where the uh, colored brain communication comes in, because you understand how you think. Because some people must get the information step by step. Some people must have a certain intuition, have certain feeling, only then they can take action. Some people have to take action, then they understand what's happening. And some people need to have all the information. They have to be very comfortable with the underlying principles, the studies, the research, then they can move. So you have to understand how your mind works. Once you understand that, then you can start learning on how to modify your behavior. And once you want to modify your behavior, you have to understand what drives you. Some people are driven with recognition. They want to lose weight, they want to be healthy because they want to look good and they want people to tell them that they look good. And I am that kind of person. But not everybody's like that. Some people do it for their loved ones because I have to lose weight because I have to be there for my family when they need me. I cannot be sick. But not everybody's not like that, you know. So my clients, they really have to understand this. Only then they can find the key areas how to modify their behavior. So I'm doing this for my clients to understand themselves better.
Wow, Syakir, it's really amazing to hear from you. I have never thought how DC can be applied in this context, right? I mean, I have certified over 100 people, right? And I have trained thousands and thousands of people. Most of those, they're either corporate people, working people, right? And the trainers are normal, trainers, coaches, consultants, speakers, right? Pretty
Yeah,
standard, right?
standard. Yeah,
Yeah, right. So they use it in their training programs, in their coaching programs, right? And this is the first time I'm hearing you have, taken all this BC context and you apply it in the weight loss, so-called weight loss program. But your
yeah,
intention is to help to change. The word that you use is behavior modification,
modification. Yep.
right? And you have applied colored brain and emotional drive through that. And I'm really, so the word that I say is that I'm amazing, right? To hear all this, which is something like, I've never thought of it. So it is an eye opener to me. I have to learn from you.
We all learn from each other.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
big family. We are the DC family, right?
Yes, yes. And the things that you do, it makes sense, Syakir, thinking about it. Right now, all of us have lots and lots of stress, right? And with this
True.
current lockdown and COVID, right, the stress level is even higher, right?
True.
So Izzy, how do we take all this stress? And it all depends a lot on our colored brain, right? Because how we want to function naturally, vis-a-vis the external what we are expected to be, right, is a clash, right? Right? So
Right,
through
right.
that, right, and that gives added stress. And when you are stressful, some people start to eat, right? And some, their body goes out of balance. That's where they gain weight, hormone imbalance, that kind of thing, right? It makes
True,
sense,
true, true.
whatever that you are doing, it makes sense, right? And the emotional drivers also, comes in very nicely, right? Why do we want to lose weight? Why do we want to look good, right? For various different reasons. Yeah, wow. Okay, I'm very, very happy to hear all this. So moving on, Syakir, right? You talk about your father a lot, and you say that you want to create a name, which is yours for you, yourself, right? That you own it, right? And not in the shoes of your father, right? So, this name, Syakir Fadzillah, right? When people hear it or people meet you, how do you want them to remember you?
All right, this is a very interesting question. Okay, and we talk about self-image, right? I would like people to remember me as somebody who solves the problem. Okay, who has changed, right? From being fat to being slim, from being not so smart to become smarter, from somebody who can help you and can support you to move up the level in society. Because I always believe that humans are equal, you know, whether you were born rich or you were born poor, that you have an opportunity to be part of the higher echelons in the society. So that's how I want people to remember me, that somebody who can support you to be the best version of yourself and to contribute towards the society and be part of those people who are important, who have an impact in in this world. Yeah.
Wow. I'm inspired by you, Syakir, right? I'm inspired,
Thank
with
you,
all
Lily.
this, yeah, really, really. I feel motivated. Yeah, right. So, Syakir, thank you very much for your time, for coming to my show and for sharing, right? And to those out there who have listened to Syakir's story, if you feel motivated and inspired, do share, right? Do share this with any of your friends whom you think, it can help them, right? And do like us, and you will find us in the social media, right? You can look out for Syakir Fadzillah, or, for me, it's Lily Lau, right? And we wish you all the best. And Syakir, thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Okay.